Hello, I'm Todd Gooding, Coordinator Officials for Southern Michigan Football. Today we're going to continue our series of training videos focusing on games from week 6. Let's continue to work hard on our sideline management. Great communication is so important for our game. Let's continue to keep up the focus and hustle for 48 minutes. Let's get into our plays. Got a couple kickoffs. A play that we commonly have that we often do not get right in its entirety. So we have a KOB, which is a kick out of bounds. We're going to have 4 options on this play. You're going to be able to accept the 5 yards from the previous spot, and K is going to re-kick, accept the 5-yard penalty from the succeeding spot, or we can put the ball in play 25 yards from the previous spot, or the 4th option would be to decline the penalty and put the ball in play at the inbound spot. A play that we all should know. It's really a simple rule, and again, a play that we often have. We're going to look at another kickoff play. This will be a kick-catch interference play where White is attempting an onside kick. So ball straight up in the air, and we got to give R a clear opportunity to catch this ball. Okay, so White catches this ball at about the 48. And we should have a marker down for kick catch interference here. The ball's got to hit the ground for White to be able to recover it. Ball doesn't go 10 yards. So this should be a foul. Our umpire should be all over this. Our back judge. This is a crew call, but they're going to have the first crack at it. Again, kick catch interference. R's got to have a clear opportunity to catch the ball. What do? So we put this ball in play, and we actually moved it back 5 yards. So penalty, K caught the ball at the 48, so we should be going 15 yards from the 48. So this is a big loss here for the purple and gold team. So we got to be better on penalty enforcement. We got to know the rules. When a coach calls, it's easier to defend a judgment call than it is to misapplication of the rules. And this falls on the crew. Penalty enforcement is a crew responsibility. Again, we're going to start out with some illegal formations. We want to start these plays clean. We're snapping from the 38. So we're going to put at the 34, 30, snapping at the 32. We got to break that center's hip. Clearly our left tackle is even, probably in the warn zone or off, but clearly our 2 receivers are off. And then we have 3 others in the backfield. So we have a foul here for more than 4 in the backfield. But what we need here is we need our line of scrimmage official punching this off. Okay, so he's indicating to his other line of scrimmage official that we have this off. So we need to punch this receiver off if we have them off, because ideally we'd like 2 flags on illegal formation from our line of scrimmage officials. So we're going to let this play out. He's reaching for his flag. We don't want to hang on this in our pocket, but we do want to be ready to pull it. And we don't want to just hang on to it. We want to throw it once the ball is snapped, and that is a foul. So something we could just do a little bit better. Again, This is play 4 early in the game. We want to start plays clean. We got 2 players in motion. And we don't ideally get snapped. Little bit more to look at on this play. This snap's not really clean, so from the naked eye, it kind of looks like a false start. But clearly we need a marker down for 2 players moving at the snaps. This would be live ball. I'm going to focus on 33 here. Quarterback's going to recover. He's going to throw it to an eligible receiver. We need the referee to stay with the quarterback. We need to be able to and be cognizant of what happens. His sole priority is the quarterback safety. Everything's legal here, it appears, but we definitely can see a lead with the crown. But his arms are up. I would pass on the foul here and would support the no call. But again, white hats, referees, we need to stay with our quarterback. Passes behind the line of scrimmage. So we're not going to have any pass interference on this play. So a few things to look at. This is play 4 in a game. This is what sets the tone for your crew. Okay, we don't want to start this play looking like this, or it's going to start making for a long night. Few things to look at and a play to learn from. Another look at it. See, we got to stay with the quarterback referees. Again, we show these almost weekly, and they continue to get through. We want to start plays clean. And notice our left tag will go on the 3-point initially, then the right side of the line will definitely move what we deem abruptly. And we put this on the defense. Again, we show these almost weekly. This tells me either we're not watching the videos or we're not buying into the play calling philosophy, and you're just making it more difficult for the crews that follow you. Clearly, they're trying to draw the defense off sides. We're going to look at one defensive pass interference play. Be the top part of your screen. Coming out of a break. And we get a marker down for this. So again, we're at the point of the season. We want quality fouls. They have to be big. We want the pre-snap and we want the safety fouls. Anything in between has to be big and has to show up on video. Not enough for an OPI, not a push-off. Defense makes a break on the ball. And the reality is there's just simply not enough here. Restriction, taking away something away from the receiver that we want to get a foul on this. Makes a nice break on the ball. Both are playing the ball. We get a foul from our back judge. Definitely one we want to pass on here. Okay, another play we want to see start to finish. We talk about it early in the season. 2 of the plays that we're not real consistent on are holds and our legal block in the backs. The acronym for that's IBB. So we're going to focus on the slot receiver, number 3, right there. And make sure we see this play start to finish. And we get a foul from our back judge on this late. Okay. We got to see these start to finish. Everything about this is legal. This is open hands. He waits for the defender. Side block. Legal play here. We got to keep our focus. Make sure we see these plays start to finish, and it's going to help our play calling percentage on these type of plays. Another look. This will be our slot guy down here. Get a good look at it from being from the side here. See, we don't want to foul this. Side block, legal. We're gonna look at a holding play here on the edge. And we get some restriction. So this is a tough play for our line of scrimmage. Be our line judge here in the first half. We're gonna focus our attention here on the back. And what we're going to rule here. So if this runner cuts to the boundary, this is a foul will pass on. Now he cuts back upfield, obviously trying to gain more yards, or hypothetically, if that boundary wasn't there and went outside, this is something we're going to pass on. Line of scrimmage is going to have a tough look getting this, but this is good crew work by our referee cleaning up and good hustle and keeping yourselves in position. You're going to help pick up these fouls. Calls like this. So right here we have a restriction at the point of attack, creates an advantage for the offense, takes a step away from the defender just enough. That's a good get here by our referee. Nice holding call. Nice mechanic. Well done. This is just a play that we need to keep our focus. Lately, we're really sticking to the mantra of focus for 48 minutes and hustle, and a lot of that'll come true in these plays we're looking at. Definitely another pivotal play here early in the game. And sometimes we just got to keep our focus and concentration. Clearly, this ball is out. Again, we want our line of scrimmage to trail these plays. A little bit too tight here. Would rather see our back judge to square up on this, and maybe we can get some help from the umpire to slow down and let this play out. A little bit too close to the action line of scrimmage, and our umpire over here, we'd like to get a little help. For the coaches and the schools, okay, and I'll try to put something in here. Clearly this field is not marked right. Okay, this is a small room to work for our officials. And then this is the restricted area. This isn't wide enough. The player's box needs to be deeper, and there needs to be a coach's box in between. Okay, so a little bit towards the official here on working deeper, but we also need room to work, and this field is clearly not lined properly. In pre-game line of scrimmage officials, we want these pylons back. Okay, get these pylons so we can work, get them well off the field. And when we're in the 20, the 10, and the goal line pylon, we want them even farther back, because we're going to work wider as we get closer to the end zone. So just a few things on this play here to all learn from. And we don't get much of it. Yeah, clearly you can see that. Big hit on the sideline. I'd like to get some help maybe from our umpire on that. Tough play. Okay, we're going to look at some UNRs. We had a UNR foul called on this play. Hit play over the middle. So we're going to rewind it here. We're going to look at the top of your screen. That's a you make the call. Live action, we don't get the luxury of going screen by screen. We'll give you one more look at it. Big hit. So we do get a foul down for UNR from our back judge. And this game's played at live speed, so we don't have that luxury again. But clearly the safety here lowers his strike zone. And he's below the shoulder with this action. There's a lot of violent hits in football, but not all violent hits are fouls. So we need to keep that in mind. And there was a handful of big hits this past week, and we're going to show a couple of them. We can err on the side of safety, but this is a tight game here. This is a 2-point game. So get a better look there that we're definitely below the shoulders, and it's just a big hit. And fortunately, I mean, that's a part of football. So we get a late foul here from the back judge. So definitely a big hit, but this is one that we're going to want to deem legal. We got a couple more we're going to look at. We've got a intentional grounding play here we're going to look at. I'm going to roll out to the left. Okay, so a couple things here. Quarterback's clearly outside the pocket. And this is going to be a crew call. Again, we've showed a few of these with our line of scrimmage and our referees, how they need to communicate. Okay, so ideally we're going to want our referee. He's got to stay with that quarterback, and he's going to want to roll this way and get a better look at this. Okay. Okay, ball doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. So we have a foul. Yes, I agree with the line of scrimmage official. Okay, but we're handling this incorrectly. The only person that will throw a flag on an intentional grounding is our referee. So referees, we're going to want you to roll. We want you to roll out with this. And if in doubt, throw a beanbag down so we have a spot for penalty enforcement. Okay. If you're unsure if it's a foul or not, and you don't want to throw the flag, drop a beanbag. But we got to know where the pass was thrown from, which would be the 49. Line of scrimmage is correct. Ball doesn't get to the line of scrimmage, so he's helping, but now you're going to want to come strong. So we're going to point to the receiver if we have one in the area. We don't here. Either way, it's not. We don't have a receiver in the area, and the ball does not get to the line of scrimmage. It's a 4th down play. So let the referee drop the flag. But the referee, we want to drop that foul. We want to drop that flag. We're not even close. How are we going to know where the spot of the foul is enforced from? Because we're not near it. Okay. We're going to be back here around the 48. So communicate with referee, line of scrimmage, and then referee, you're going to drop the marker down where the foul occurred. 5-yard penalty and a loss of down on intentional grounding in high school. Two more plays. We had a roughing the passer call here. And we get the call correct. Again, something we can mechanically handle this better. In no instance, unless the referee totally misses it or passes on it, do we want line of scrimmage throwing a flag for a roughing the passer. Okay, so we blew this here. Now, We have a launch, which is an indicator. A launch is not a foul, but we have an indicator of a launch and leading with the helmet. So we'd support a targeting foul on this. Definitely not a disqualification or an ejection along with it, but we get the roughing the passer, but you could make a case for a targeting foul as well because of the launch. Getting up with a helmet, but we definitely get the foul, which is correct. Again, let's let referee own this call, just like we did on some earlier plays, showing the referees responsibility as at quarterback. Let's give our referee a chance to work this play. Then if he misses or passes on it, then if somebody wants to pick it up, then we'll get it. This play here, we have a right here, we're going to focus on number 10 trailing the play. We have a UNR behind the play. Okay, we're going to always, we enforce this wrong. Offense does not have to decline this to keep the score. We're going to always enforce this penalty. Okay, so White's going to have their option, half the distance on the PAT, or they can take the 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. Another play to learn from. We have a big hit here, another kickoff play. And we're going to focus our attention on the middle of the field, gaining steam right here. Big hit. These are the plays we got to get out of the game. Definitely leading with a crown. This is it's a big hit. This is a foul. This is one we can't miss. Back judge is right there, has a good look at it. Line of scrimmage should be working his way up. So, and it's even okay to have a late foul on this, but this is one we got to get. And that's it for this week's training tape. That's it for the plays for this week. Let's use them for our pre-game preparation. Remember, we want quality fouls. And let's be crisp in all that we do on the field. Let's display integrity, courage, and poise. And best of luck to all this coming week. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.